Before installing any accessories, ensure the snowmobile is parked on a flat level surface and remove the key. To install handguard mounts and handguards on your Matrix snowmobile, follow these steps. Install the right handguard onto the right mounting arm using the provided fasteners, and tighten until fully seated. Repeat this process for the other handguard. If needed, remove the fasteners from the mounting caps and remove the caps. Next, place the left handguard assembly in a downward position and loosely install the left hand mounting cap with fasteners. Before continuing, ensure the brake line and chassis harness wires are not pinched. Then, carefully rotate the handguard assembly upward and into position right up against the handlebar riser. Next, ensure the parking brake lever is free to rotate into the fully locked position and does not contact the upper mount or handguard assembly. Beautiful. Once in position, torque the mounting fasteners to specification. Finish by repeating this process for the other handguard. Begin by removing both side panels by turning the 3/4 turn latches and pivoting the panels away from the sled to remove. Next, disconnect the 2 hood latches. Then, lift the hood up slightly to gain access to the connector underneath. Disconnect the connector and remove the hood from the sled. Then, remove the seat by turning the 1/4 turn latch at the rear of the seat. Pull the seat back and lift up to remove. Continue by removing the 2 fasteners that secure the console and lower intake plenum to the overstructure. Then remove the 2 pushpin rivets and secure the front of the console to the plenum. Then remove the 2 fasteners securing the lower portion of the console. Then, remove the pushpin rivet on the right side of the console. Also, remove the clutch spreader tool on the left side of the console. Continue by removing the fuel cap. Then, remove the plastic fuel filler neck nut. Next, lift up the center of the console and disconnect the key switch connector from the key switch. Then, carefully pull out the sides of the console and pivot over to the right side of the sled with the starter rope still attached. Before continuing, reinstall the fuel cap to prevent dirt or debris from falling into the tank. Next, remove the 2 nuts that secure the clutch guard to the studs of the clutch guard support. Then, place the included bracket of the lighted handguard harness onto the studs of the support. Reinstall the previously removed nuts, and torque to specification. Next, locate and remove the cap of the pre-wired LED handguard accent connector on the main chassis harness. Then, connect the lighted handguard connector to the pre-wired accent connector on the chassis harness. Once connected, carefully route the handguard harness upward along the main harness and behind the handlebar. Secure the harness with the included zip ties to the main harness above the harness connection point and underneath the top of the chassis frame. Continue to route the harness up the handlebar harness and secure it on the back of the handlebar base. Next, loosen the fastener on the handlebar mount to position the left handguard down. Then, remove the two fasteners securing the left handguard to the handlebar mount, and remove the handguard. Once the handguard is free, remove the outermost fastener from the handguard to remove the handguard cap. Next, pass the connector of the lighted cap through the connector hole on the handguard. Then, move the wire harness into the harness slot, and carefully install the cap onto the handguard. Once in place, reinstall the outermost fastener into the handguard, and tighten until fully seated. Next, pass the connector of the cap through and down the connector hole of the handguard mount. Then, move the wire harness into the harness slot. Next, carefully install the cap and handguard onto the mount, ensuring the wire is not pinched. Then, reinstall the two remaining fasteners and tighten until fully seated. Next, carefully rotate the handguard assembly upward and into position. Once in position, torque the mounting fasteners to specification. Then, repeat the process for the other handguard. Ensure that the parking brake locking mechanism is free to rotate into the fully locked position and does not contact the upper mount or the handguard assembly. Then, route the cap harness under the mounting arm and connect to the cap connector of the lighted handguard harness. Next, install the wire cover with the provided fasteners onto the mounting arm and tighten until fully seated. Begin reassembly by removing the fuel cap, ensuring no dirt or debris enters the fuel tank. Then, carefully pivot the console back into position. Before continuing, reconnect the connector to the key switch. Then, slide the console into place, ensuring the intake screens are fully seated through their mounting locations. Once the console is in place, install the plastic fuel filler nut and tighten until fully seated. Then, reinstall the fuel cap. Then, reinstall the two lower fasteners on the console and torque to specification. Then, install the pushpin rivet on the right side. Also, reinstall the clutch spreader tool on the left side. Next, install the two pushpin rivets that secure the front of the console to the plenum. Then, reinstall the two fasteners that secure the console and plenum to the overstructure, and torque the fasteners to specification. Once the console is secure, reinstall the seat by engaging the front retaining tabs and latching the quarter-turn latch in the rear. Next, reinstall the hood panel, ensuring the front tabs are properly engaged. Then, reconnect the connector underneath and verify it is secure. Continue by securing the two hood panel latches. Next, reinstall both side panels by inserting the upper tab and pivoting in to engage the lower tab. Then, latch the 3/4 turn latches to secure each panel. Finish by starting the vehicle to ensure the lighted handguard caps are working properly. For more information, see your authorized Polaris dealer or visit Polaris.com.